Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Akame Got Killed, episode 20. Okay, now, I say all the time in my videos that I normally don't care if something is being faithful or not to the original adaptation. 100%. I really don't. And I want to preface this review by saying that before I get into it. So you all know I'm not being a hypocrite here when I say this, okay? And I have reasons for this. And it's not just because I'm a manga reader. It's because they are really rushing this ending here, okay? There's 4 episodes left in this series. This is beyond rushed, okay? Beyond rushed. It's not even slightly rushed. It's beyond fucking rushed. They skipped over the entire Wild Hunt arc, pretty much. They skipped over it to the end of it, okay? Granted, there's some pretty epic things that are coming along here, okay? There really are. But they skipped over so much. They skipped over, first off, Tatsumi and Mine actually starting to go out. Because at the end of the last episode, we could tell that Mine, anyways, was starting to develop feelings for Tatsumi, but we skipped over not only a scene where they started going out, but also a few other scenes to develop their relationship, okay? So that's the biggest thing, right? Or not the biggest thing, but that's one of the things right there. We also skipped over the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt was an organization developed by the Prime Minister and led by Shura, the Prime Minister's son, who we did see in this episode, okay? In order to hunt down Night Raid and kill them. Basically similar to the Jaegers, although since the Jaegers have so few members now, Wild Hunt was formed, okay? And we basically skipped over that. We don't have any other Wild Hunt members. We did get to see the gist of Shura's personality in this episode, but there's so many more cruel things that he did in the manga, seriously. Also, Lubbock's death was so much different than in the manga, okay? And his death was still kind of cool. I was still kind of impacted by it because he did have some characterization and not really character development, but he did have some pretty good characterization in a few of the previous episodes, okay? But in the manga, oh my god. Unless they plan on having something where he just faked his death or something and he'll show up again later on. Which is still a possibility, I suppose. Oh my god, he was so tortured so fucking badly before he died. Like, if you want to read the manga, I'm not going to spoil that for you, but dear god, I was hurting just looking at how badly he was fucking tortured before he was killed. By Shura personally. Okay, seriously. Oh my god. Ugh. And also Tatsumi was actually captured first, okay? And he was taken in by Esdeath. And Esdeath, after failing numerous times to convince him to join the Capital Army, she decides to personally kill him. And that's where the public execution comes from, okay? So there's lots of things that they skipped. Again, I don't normally care about perfect adaptations. But when you're skipping so many awesome things like that, that's not a good thing, okay? Like, there's a line here. There's a line here and they clearly crossed it. I'm not saying this episode was shit because it wasn't. Again, I mean, I guess Lubbock's death was okay. I really hope that they do, like, something really awesome is about to happen with Mine, and I really hope they don't skip over that, because that happened actually in the most recent chapter, okay? I really hope that they don't skip over that. So, yeah, and also Budo was pretty awesome as well, okay? Like, this episode is Budo's introduction. He was pretty fucking awesome. He basically has, I'm guessing, like a lightning-based Imperial arm, which I don't remember them explaining what his Imperial arm, or him even having an Imperial arm in the series. I mean, he did have some sort of special powers, but so I guess it was kind of supposed to be assumed that he did have one, but I don't recall ever explaining that he had one or what his powers actually were in the manga. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember for sure specifically. But yeah, I don't really recall that. But that's not really a complaint, though. Budo was fucking awesome, and apparently the only the only one in the entire capital who can stand up to Budo is Esdeath. So the Revolutionary Army's fucked. If they seriously have someone else who can match Esdeath in power in the capital army, then the Revolutionary Army is fucked. Okay? Because seriously, even Esdeath was too much for them. But then Budo. Not to mention all the other soldiers that they probably have. Seriously, they are fucked. Unless they get someone who's infinitely more powerful than that, they are seriously fucked, alright? But, anyways though, overall, I thought this was a decent episode of Akame Got Kill. Okay? Also, you just have to love the douchiness in the Prime Minister's reaction to his son's death, seriously. And that was in the manga as well. I remember it specifically, it's like, seriously. But, yeah, but anyways, though, I thought this was a decent episode of Akame Got Kill. If you've yet to see this week's episode of Akame Got Kill, then I do definitely recommend that you do. I think anime-only watchers would absolutely love it. Okay, I really do. If I didn't read the manga, then I would have absolutely loved this episode. Okay, but they as a manga reader, they definitely skip over things. And again, I don't usually complain about that, and it doesn't make this episode horrible. Okay, it's just, I'm guessing that it's because, like, I've heard some people say it's because they were catching up to the manga, but really, not really. Like, I think they could have easily gotten all 24 episodes out of the way without catching up to the manga. Even if it would have been a cliffhanger ending, I mean, as a manga reader, I would have been fine with that. Of course, that would have pissed off a lot of anime-only watchers, definitely, and forced them to go read the manga if they wanted to learn, if they wanted to get more of the story right away. But I would have been perfectly fine with that as a manga reader if they would have just ended on like a major fucking cliffhanger. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure, because I didn't think the Wild Hunt arc was even supposed to start yet. So, I wonder if they could have gotten the last 5 episodes of the series out of the way without even starting the Wild Hunt arc, but without having actual filler, though. That's the thing. The only way I could really see them coaxing this now is if they do, like, if maybe they wanted to end it on a good note for anime-only watchers this first season, but in a second season they would actually do like a flashback of a specific character or a group of specific characters in order to show what happened. Okay? That's really the only way I could think that they could actually or make this better now. Which, I mean, I would accept that. That would be kind of interesting. I mean, obviously they would have if that happened, then they would clearly have their reasoning. You know what I mean? So, anyways, though, overall, I did like this episode. I can't wait for next week's episode, by the way. I thought it was a pretty good episode, pretty decent. Okay, and yeah, it's just kind of disappointing that they're skipping over so much stuff. Okay, for seemingly no reason at all. I'll accept it if there's a good reason, but there seems to be no reason for it at all here. Okay, so anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.